It's app focus.
Bingo.
Okay, now it's time to talk about my favorite app of the week, Amberol. I think that's how you say it.
I think so too. That's exactly what I said in my mind. So that's got to be it.
Good. So if we agree, we obviously must be right.
I've never said anything wrong ever.
Never, actually. Ever that I can recall. So Emmanuele Bassi was kind of in a situation where he didn't have a music player that fit exactly what he wanted. But let me before I get too much into that, I'll tell you what Amberol does and what it doesn't do. Come with me on a quick little journey. I am hardwired to use like Winamp style players.
Okay. Yep.
Winamp 2 style players, not 3.
Okay.
In 3, they did the thing that I absolutely hate about all music players, which is they try to do more than just be a music player.
Yeah, like everything.
They added in,
they
added in like a media library thing. Man, I've already sorted my stuff. I know where all that is. I know how to search for it. I know where to find it. And all I want you to do is play the music. So, right, like the situation is that like Rhythmbox default does this. Eliza default does this. Clementine, maybe default, I don't know, but very popular, also does this. Amarok, somehow still around. That was surprising to me.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
loved it back in the day for the most part, but it also does this.
Yeah.
Strawberry does this. And others. There's too many that tried to like deal with metadata and saving and creating databases. And does the metadata save to the actual file, or is it just within that local? Stop it.
Right.
I just need you to play media. That's what I need. I'll handle the metadata.
Right.
Don't you worry about that. I got Easy Tag, got Music Brains Picard. I got all kinds of cool things that'll handle all that for me. And I'm the master of that domain. Easy peasy, right?
Yep.
So I didn't use any of them. I just used VLC because I could just chuck a whole folder into it and it would just play the music.
Well, let's face it. VLC is a Swiss Army knife.
It really kind of is. So
but you know that Swiss Army knife, that's not always so sharp sometimes.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like I need a razor sharp, focused audio player. That's all I want. That's what I want. So I used VLC up to now. Kind of bittersweet that I'm leaving it for music, but Amberol solves the problem, so not that bittersweet.
Yeah, and it gives it some nice look.
That's I think the most important part of this. And I don't know how blasphemous this is, but it's an Adwaita style, libadwaita style project, right?
Yeah,
Depends on libadwaita. So you can't just go and grab your random old theme off gnomelook.org and slap it on top, because that's not how this works.
Yeah, it won't respect that, sorry.
But let me tell you something. Amberol is pretty.
It looks pretty anyway. Yeah, you don't need to slap a theme on top of it, I don't think.
Yeah. Will it integrate in with the rest of your wonky system? No, not really.
Yeah, probably not.
But it looks good in its own right, so don't even worry about it. The thing is, it's going to show you some album art, going to tell you what's playing, and going to show you where you're at. Press play, press pause, back, forward, whatever, right? Like, it's there, and it's pretty, and it does the job. I mean, how often do you stare at a music player anyway? Okay, well, coming from Winamp, I used to turn on those visualizations and turn them on full screen, and they were really cool, okay? But Amberol doesn't have that, so you're not really staring at it that much just to change the song or something, or change the album that you're listening to. And that's my MO, right? I know what I want to listen to. I'm going to chuck 100 songs into it. I'm going to press play, and I'm going to forget about it. And then I got good tunes all day. Easy. And that's what Emmanuele decided to deal with as well. Everybody's doing too much. Just a music player. So, here's what Amberol tries to fix. The obsessive copycatting of iTunes. Why do you want to do that anyway? It's iTunes. The database problems, what I was talking about before. So many times have I been in one of these apps and I'm like, oh, that title doesn't have the right capitalization, or that album is misspelled. And I go in and change it, right? Only to find out that when I try a different music player, all that stuff's still messed up. And so I'm trying to figure out, I know I changed that. Well, I did.
On the local database.
Exactly. On a database that the audio player generated, and it changed it in the database only, but not in the metadata of the file. Why? Right. And then not keeping it simple. Look, when your music player tries to do much more than just display the information baked into the audio file and then play the music, it's doing too much.
Yep.
In my opinion, obviously there are people that like these big, huge monstrosities that do absolutely everything. But, that's not me. Amberol is, such a good fit. Here's what Amberol will not do. It's not going to deal with your playlists. Go deal with that in some other app. It's not going to deal with your metadata. It's not going to change it. It's going to display it. It's not going to pull it in from like some external source like, I don't know, Music DB. I'm sure that exists. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's built into the file. Let's use that.
Right. I mean, if the stuff is there, the stuff is there. Stop trying to overwrite my stuff with your... Stop it. And like manage the whole 70,000 MP3 FLAC whatever music collection that you have amassed over the past 20 years. It's not going to handle that. That is not Amberol's job.
Right.
Amberol's job is to play your music and look pretty while doing it.
He does a good job.
The end. I love it. That is absolutely all I've ever wanted out of a music player. You know what music player I use on Windows? I don't even care what it looks like. Like that's great on Amberol, right? That it does look good, because it does.
Yeah.
I use Foobar 2000.
Okay.
And for those of you that don't know what Foobar 2000 looks like, if you're on the podcast, I challenge you, look it up. See how ugly this is. 2 seasons ago, Joe was making fun of me for liking Rofi.
Oh yeah, right.
Foobar is the Rofi of music players. It ain't pretty, but I don't ever look at it, so I don't care.
Just needs to function.
Yes, Amberol is that. Drag and drop, play the stuff.
I think it looks good, though, too. It looks very modern. It's got some blur. I know you like blur. There it is. And
when I do look at it,
yeah,
that's nice.
And it's got a little spot for your album art that is pulling from the file. And I think it's laid out pretty well. I don't know that it's unattractive.
It is very pretty.
So there you go.
Props to Emmanuele, because it is pretty. That's it, right? Because it's just a music player. What else can you say about it? It's pretty.
It's pretty and simple. That's perfect.
And it's pretty, shows you metadata, plays your music. It's a music player. Thank you. This is what I've been waiting for. Now, here's one thing. So on Ubuntu, you're shipped with snaps. Amberol's not a snap. It's a flat pack. It is a flat pack. So you do have to add flat pack, or I don't know, maybe there's a deb floating out there somewhere or something. But yeah, you definitely have to go get that flat pack.
Well, that's okay for some of us, but we'll get into that one next time.
Next time, right? I'll have more to talk about next time. But that's it, right? And I showed Dan a quick screenshot to kind of, put the icing on the cake here. I showed Dan a quick screenshot of how much it looked like Plex Amp.
Yep.
And so Plex Amp is the Plex music player. All it does is music. And you can do playlists and all that kind of jazz in that. I don't really mess with that much. But I have music in Plex.
Until they rip that out.
Well, I hope not.
I'm kidding.
And then I deal with that. And then for all of my local music, it's Amberol. And the funny thing is, these two apps look so alike that I got confused a couple times.
Whoopsie.
But it's just good. Like the interfaces are so simple that it's very easy to pick up and use and just be done with. So,
nice,
fantastic app. go check out Amberol if you just want a simple player that plays. Amberol is your player.